I was a flight attendant on the Sun. I worked on Kim Jong Un's special train for 6 years from 2016 to 2022. Kim secretly summoned a young crew member to pour liquor on the train. On his way to Hanoi in 2019, a 23-year-old fellow crew member was called into his private bedroom and couldn't get out for 3 hours. We just had to remain silent. In November 2022, a flight attendant was caught by security after telling a colleague of Kim Jong Un's private life. He was shot at the firing range of the Pyongyang Military Academy. About 20 of us were forced to watch the execution. When I crossed the Tumen River, I thought, I can live now, in ice-like water. Now here in Korea, I'll tell you the truth then. Hello, I'm a North Korean defector who escaped in fall 2022. I now live in Seoul. In North Korea, I worked as a crew member on Taeyong-ho, Kim Jong Un's special train, from 2016 to 2022. I was born in Pyongyang's Yung district in 1998. I'm 26 now. My family had excellent songbun. Father worked at the party Central Committee's organization department. Mother was a state company manager. And my brother was a captain-rank operations officer. We were all loyal party members. I loved singing and dancing. At 10, I entered Pyongyang Art Academy, studying vocals, dance, and protocol for 5 years. After graduation, I trained at Mansudae Art Troupe for 2 years. Then in winter 2015, when I was 17, state security agents came to our house. They offered me a special mission, working as crew on Kim Jong Un's special train. They wanted women around 18 from art academies with protocol training. The selection was brutal. 3 generations of family background checks. 6 months of state security investigations with 2 to 3 interrogations weekly. Medical exams required 165 centimeters height, 50 kilograms weight, 1.0 vision. No scars or moles. Even virginity tests. Humiliating but unavoidable. March 2016, I passed. 15 girls selected, ages 17 to 19, all from Pyongyang art schools. 1 month training at Railway Ministry's Special Train Department, train structure, emergency procedures, service, and most critically, absolute secrecy. Last training day, the instructor warned, 1 wrong word and 3 generations go to prison camps. I couldn't tell if this was honor or curse. First day, April 2016, age 18. Taeyong-ho had 18 cars, 2 locomotives, 4 for guards, 3 for Kim Jong Un's quarters, 2 dining kitchen, 1 crew quarters, rest for attendants and cargo. I served in dining and Kim's private cars. My cohort included Park Young-sim, 19, father, a guard command lieutenant colonel, and Choi Soo-jin, 18, mother a party cadre. We shared a room. When I rode KTX in South Korea, I was shocked. Pyongyang to Busan in 2.5 hours? Taeyong-ho took over 10 hours just to reach Hamhung. That's when I realized how backward North Korea really is. Working on Taeyong-ho seemed glorious but felt like prison. We lived in a special dormitory near Pyongyang Station. 1 outing monthly, always with state security escorts. Even family visits were restricted. Every morning, 6 a.m. wake up for loyalty pledges before Kim portraits. Then cleaning and inspection of Taeyong-ho. Every sheet, every cup was scrutinized. Guard command officers, mostly majors and lieutenant colonels, inspected daily with arrogant attitudes. Spring 2017, crew member Ri Hai-jin was detained by state security for leaving wrinkles on Kim Jong Un's bedsheets. She was 19, from Pyongyang Art Academy. After a week of interrogation, she was released but barely spoke anymore. We couldn't ask what happened. 18 CCTVs monitored Taeyong-ho, corridors, dining, kitchen, even our quarters. State security watched 247. Even casual remarks, like, the supreme leader seemed upset today, could be deemed reactionary. In South Korea, CCTVs prevent crime, not monitor thoughts. In North Korea, everything was a tool of control. Monthly self-criticism sessions forced us to denounce each other. When Park Young-sim admitted, my hands trembled serving the supreme leader. Senior Kong Mi-suk, 25, criticized her for insufficient loyalty. Young Sim cried and begged forgiveness. Kang Mi-suk's father was Party Central Committee Deputy Director. She wielded that power to torment us, targeting juniors. During criticism sessions, when Kim Jong Un boarded for 2 to 3 days, we served meals, cleaned quarters. But that wasn't all. At night, Guard Command Team Leader Kim Chol-soo, a lieutenant colonel, would say, "The Supreme Leader requests crew member number 3 tonight." That crew member would enter Kim's bedroom trembling, returning at dawn. We never asked what happened. Asking meant danger for us too. From late 2018, Ri Sol-ju frequently rode Taeyongho. Her presence made everything worse. She nitpicked crew members and berated the chef over food. Spring 2019, heading to Hamhung, she demanded Swiss chocolate cake. When the chef said ingredients were unavailable, she screamed, "You incompetent fools, is this the best the Supreme Leader's kitchen can do?" We emergency airlifted chocolate from Pyongyang. While North Koreans starved, Ri Sol-ju raged over Swiss chocolate. Pyongyang had some rations, but provinces had none. Summer 2020, heading to Wonsan, I saw skeletal children begging at stations. We ate meat and fruit inside while children starved outside. South Korean supermarkets overwhelm me with food abundance. In North Korea, even Pyongyang residents ate meat maybe once monthly. Here, people eat samgyeopsal daily. Unbelievable. That's when I realized how abnormal our world was. November 14, 2019, the most horrific day of my life. We were emergency summoned to Pyongyang Depot. State security agents forced us onto buses to Pyongyang outskirts. We arrived at Kangjin Military Academy firing range. 200 Guard Command soldiers were already assembled. A woman tied to a post in the center wore Taeyongho crew uniform. Getting closer, I had to suppress a scream. It was Kim Sun-hwa. Sun-hwa was 17, 1 year younger than me, joined in 2018. Pyongyang Art Academy graduate. Father was a diplomat. She was bright and kind. I couldn't understand why she was tied there. A state security colonel announced through loudspeaker. This traitor stole a gold necklace from the Supreme Leader's bedroom and contacted a Chinese broker to flee to South Korea. Sun-hwa cried, "I didn't do it, I'm innocent." But nobody listened. 3 gunshots. Sun-hwa collapsed. We were forced to watch. Choi Soo-jin vomited and got slapped by state security. You sympathize with a traitor who betrayed the Supreme Leader? Later I learned Sun-hwa stole nothing. Ri Sol-ju lost her necklace and blamed Sun-hwa. Sun-hwa's father was close to a recently purged foreign ministry official. They needed justification to eliminate that family. Sun-hwa's parents and brother went to Gaechin political prison camp. In South Korea, wrongly accused people hire lawyers and go to court. In North Korea, one word from power kills an 18-year-old girl and sends her family to camps. July 2020 brought another tragedy. Head chef Park Sang-chul was executed. He was 43, over 20 years on special trains, cooking since Kim Jong-il's era. June 2020, during Hamhung inspection, Kim Jong Un said the Tumen River flathead fish smelled fishy. He threw the plate, shouting, "What is this rotten fish?" Sang-chul was immediately detained. Investigation revealed the freezer lost power for 3 hours. Due to electricity shortages. Not Sang-chul's fault. But someone had to be punished. A month later, we were dragged to Kangjin firing range again. Before execution, Sang-chul said, "I served loyally for 20 years. My wife and daughter are innocent." But his wife and 16-year-old daughter went to prison camps anyway. The entire family disappeared. That night, Park Young-sim cried, "Sister, will we end up like that someday?" I couldn't answer. She was right. We could become them anytime. Spring 2021, Choi Soo-jin underwent 2 weeks state security interrogation for accidentally opening Kim Jong-un's desk drawer while cleaning. Charge: attempting to spy on state secrets. Released but lost over 10 kilograms in a month from not eating. South Korean news talks about fair trials and right to legal counsel. Unimaginable in North Korea. There, one powerful person's mood decides life or death. From 2017, bribery economy operated openly on Taeyongho. Guard Command Team Leader Kim Chol-soo, a lieutenant colonel, Smuggled out items to sell at markets. Kim Jong Un's leftover. Imported fruits, Swiss chocolate, foreign liquor. Kim Chol-soo sold these to Donju Park Chol-min at Pyongyang's Tonggal Street Market. Park, a 40s trader who made money through China trade, received $5,000 worth monthly and sold at 10x markup. Kim Chol-soo got $2,000 monthly. I witnessed these transactions. Summer 2018, Kim Chol-soo called 3 of us crew members. If you speak about what you saw today, you know what happens to your families. We could only nod. In South Korea, officials taking bribes go to prison. In North Korea, nothing works without bribes. Bribery was normalized. Guard Command's Ri Myung-chul, a 35-year-old major managing Taeyongho finances, embezzled operational funds for 3 years, skimming 30% from imported food purchases. Fall 2019, state security audit caught him. Total embezzlement $150,000. He bought 2 Pyongyang apartments and smuggled a Chinese Mercedes. Moved his family to luxury Ryomyang Street. But Ri's superior, Guard Command Finance Director Choi Yong-soo, a colonel in his 50s, was worse. He knew about Ri's embezzlement but ignored it because he was doing the same. Over 5 years, Choi embezzled $500,000 inflating Baekwawan guesthouse operations, Taeyongho maintenance, guard equipment purchases. He owned 5 Pyongyang apartments, 1 Hamhung villa. Sent daughter to Beijing on study abroad. Got son special admission to Kim Il-sung University. January 2020, Kim Jong Un's Direct Party Central Committee inspection team investigated Guard Command finances. Both Choi and Ri's corruption exposed. Both arrested, assets confiscated. March 2020, we were dragged to Kangjin firing range again. 2 executions this time. Colonel Choi shouted, "I'm not the only one. All Guard Command officers do this." Gunshots cut him off. Major Ri's wife and 2 sons went to political prison camps. Colonel Choi's family too. His daughter was forcibly recalled from Beijing to Gachin camp. That night, Park Young-sim told me, "Sister, with the money those men stole, 1,000 Pyongyang citizens could eat for a month." True. $500,000 equals over 600 million North Korean won. How many starving people could that have saved? What's more absurd, corruption continued afterward. The new finance director Kang Myung-hun, a colonel appointed in 2021, started doing the same. Everyone thought, just don't get caught. In South Korea, officials receive taxpayer-funded salaries and face punishment for corruption. In North Korea, the powerful bleed the people dry while demanding loyalty. Rumors said Kim Jong-un's family hid billions in dollars overseas. While people starve, the privileged drive Mercedes. That's North Korea. April 27, 2022, the day my life completely changed. Kim Jong Un was inspecting Wonsan's Kalma coastal tourist zone. Taeyongho departed Pyongyang for Wonsan. I was preparing dining car service as usual. Around 2 p.m., Kim Jong-un finished lunch and entered his bedroom car. 30 minutes later, guard team leader Park Song-hun, a lieutenant colonel, called me. "Crew member number 5, go clean the supreme leader's bedroom." I took cleaning supplies to the bedroom car. Opening the door, my heart stopped. Kim Jong-un was still there, sitting on the bed smoking. "Come in," he said. My legs trembled but I entered. Kim grabbed my wrist. "How old are you?" I answered shakily, 24 years old. He smiled. "So young." Then pulled me toward the bed. I resisted. "Supreme Leader, I cannot." Stepping back. Kim's face hardened instantly. "What? I want to and you say no?" He shoved me. I fell to the floor. Lieutenant Colonel Park burst in. "Drag this bitch out," Kim yelled. Guards dragged me to the cargo car at train's end. Handcuffs on wrists and ankles. I was locked in that cargo car until we reached Wonsan. 6 hours. No water, no food, no bathroom. I cried the whole time, thinking, what did I do wrong? What should I do? Arriving Wonsan, I was handed to state security agents. Transported to Pyongyang. Dragged to state security headquarters basement interrogation room. The interrogator, a man around 40, spat at my face. "You traitor bitch, you rejected the supreme leader's favor? Who are you to reject the supreme leader? He tied me to a chair and beat me. Dozens of slaps, kicked my stomach. I lost consciousness. I woke in solitary confinement. 2 meters times 2 meters cement room. No window, no light. Daily rationed 1 cornball and 1 cup of water. I was locked there for a week. A week later, dragged to interrogation again. Different interrogator this time. Looking at documents, he said, "You're lucky. The supreme leader specially forgave you. But you can no longer work on Taeyongho." I was fired that day from Taeyongho. Returned to my family home in Pyongyang district. Parents and brother already knew everything. Father slapped my face immediately. "You ruined our family. Get out now." Mother cried and tried to stop him but useless. My brother wouldn't even look at me. I left home with 1 bag. Nowhere to go. I went to Park Young Sim's house. She saw me and tried to close the door. "Sister, sorry. My father said not to meet you." Rumors spread throughout Guard Command. "You're a surveillance target now." That moment I realized, I was finished. Not just fired from Taeyongho, my entire life was over. In North Korea, once marked, you're monitored and discriminated against forever. I wandered streets for days. All friends avoided me. Art Academy classmates wouldn't answer calls. Finally stayed with relatives outside Pyongyang, but faced cold treatment there too. In South Korea, sexual assault victims are protected and perpetrators punished. In North Korea, resisting power makes victims traitors. That day I decided, I must escape this country. Early May 2022, I was staying at my aunt's house outside Pyongyang. Uncle worked at a textile factory, aunt did market business. They took me in but made me feel unwelcome daily, saying, "Will you ruin our family too?" One evening, aunt asked, "Do you still have your travel permit?" I nodded. My special Taeyongho crew permit was still valid. Aunt said carefully, "I know someone who helps people cross the Tumen River." I couldn't believe it initially. Why would aunt suddenly say this? She was honest, "Because of you, our family is under state security surveillance. If you stay, we're all in danger. Sorry, but you leaving is best for everyone." That night I couldn't sleep. Defection. Never imagined it. But staying in North Korea meant no future. I was already marked, couldn't get proper work, couldn't marry. Who would want someone like me? Mid-May, aunt brought a broker home. Jang Hyok Chul, a man in his 40s. He was from Hysan, helped defectors for 20 years. "I've sent 150 people. Never failed once," he boasted. Jang stated the price first, $3,000 to cross Tumen River, $7,000 China to Laos, total $10,000. I had no such money. Aunt stepped in, "I'll give $5,000 up front. Pay the rest after reaching South Korea." Aunt had money saved from 10 years market business. 30,000 Chinese yuan, about 5 million North Korean won. I cried in gratitude. She wanted me gone but still helped. Jang explained the plan, depart early June. Take train from Pyongyang to Chongjin. I'll send someone there to take you to Musan, then cross Tumen River from Musan. I agonized for days. Failure meant execution. Family would go to prison camps too. But staying meant no future. I decided. May 28th, I called my parents one last time. Mother answered, "Mom, it's me." Long silence, then, "Soo Jin, I'm sorry. Mom couldn't protect you." I cried, "Mom, I'm okay. Stay healthy." Father wouldn't take the call. Neither would my brother. I understood them. They'd suffered enough because of me. June 3rd, I boarded Chongjin train at Pyongyang station. My hands trembled showing my travel permit. Passed inspection. The train ran 28 hours. 700 kilometers from Pyongyang to Chongjin took 28 hours. Arriving Chongjin station, Jang's contact was waiting. Kim Chul-soo, a man in his 30s. "Follow me," he said only. We took a bus to Musan. 3 hours. Arriving Musan, I hid at Kim's house. 3 other defectors there, a woman in her 40s, a man in his 20s, a man in his 50s. We didn't ask each other's names. Kim said, "We leave tomorrow night 11 p.m. Tumen River water level is low now, good for crossing. But border guards patrol, must be careful." I didn't sleep that night. In South Korea, people travel abroad with just a passport and plane ticket. In North Korea, you can't move without travel permits, and leaving the country means risking your life. That night, I decided to risk mine. June 4, 2022, 11 p.m., Kim Chol-soo woke us. Let's go. 4 of us left in darkness. Despite being June, nighttime temperature was around 10 C. Kim led us on a mountain path without flashlights. After 90 minutes walking, I heard the Tumen River. Kim stopped. That's the Tumen River. Width about 50 meters, current depth waist high. Other side is China. My heart pounded. Kim continued, border guard post is 300 meters left. Patrol times midnight, 2 a.m., 4 a.m. It's 11:40 now, must cross in 20 minutes. If caught, they shoot. Go fast. We descended to the riverbank. The closer to the water, the greater my fear. The 40s woman entered first. I followed. I had to suppress a scream. The water was ice cold. The current was stronger than expected. When water reached my waist, lifting my feet became difficult. I slowly followed the woman. About 10 meters in, I heard screaming behind. The 50s man had fallen and was being swept away. The 20s man tried to grab him but couldn't. The 50s man was carried downstream. We couldn't save him. Any delay meant border guards would discover us. I kept walking forward crying. About 20 meters in, gunfire erupted. Rat-tat-tat. Automatic rifle fire. Border guards spotted us. Run fast. The woman shouted. I frantically ran through water. I heard bullets splashing. About 15 meters left to the Chinese bank. Gunfire continued. The 20s man screamed, "Ah," and collapsed in water. Shot. I just ran forward. Couldn't look back. Finally reached the Chinese bank. Only the woman and I survived. We collapsed gasping on the grass. Gunfire still sounded from North Korea. My whole body trembled. Thinking of the two men made me burst into tears. 10 minutes later, 2 Chinese men appeared. Follow quickly. We entered the mountains. After 30 minutes walking, a small house appeared. There we changed clothes and drank warm water. The Chinese man said, "Rest here one day. Move to Yanji tomorrow night." I had nightmares that night. The scene of the young man being shot kept replaying in my head. Next night, we traveled to Yanji by van. 8 hours. Arrived at an ethnic Korean house in Yanji. Hid there 1 week. The woman and I parted there. She had relatives in South Korea who could arrange directly. Mid-June, a broker came for me. Kim Yong-ho, an ethnic Korean in his 50s, different from Jang Hyok-chul. You go to Laos. From there to Korean embassy. I received fake Chinese ID. We went south by train. Through Kunming and Jinghong to Laos border, 1 week. Almost caught by police mid-journey during ID check on train. The officer stared at my face. Where going? Kim answered, my niece. Tourist trip. Passed fortunately. Arriving Laos, handed to local broker. He took me to a Vientiane church. 7 more defectors there. We waited 2 weeks. Early July, the pastor took us to Korean embassy. Embassy staff saw me, well done. You're safe now. I burst into tears then. Thinking of the 2 who died at Tumen River. Guilt washed over me for surviving alone. In South Korea, a few hours flight reaches other countries. North Koreans must cross rivers, dodge bullets, flee for over a week for freedom. That's the reality for North Koreans. July 15, 2022, I arrived at Incheon Airport. Stepping off the plane, my legs weakened. I'd actually reached Korean soil. Airport staff guided 5 defectors including me through a separate passage. We immediately drove to a building near Seoul, National Intelligence Service Investigation Facility. The first investigator was a man around 40. You've been through a lot. You're safe here. Relax and speak comfortably. His tone was gentle but I remained tense, remembering state security interrogations in North Korea. Investigation was thorough. Nearly daily 3 to 4 hour questioning for 2 weeks. What work did you do in North Korea? What's your family situation? Explain your defection route in detail. I answered honestly, Taeyong-ho crew member, what Kim Jong Un did to me, why I defected. The investigator showed surprise several times. You were Taeyong-ho crew? So you saw Kim Jong Un directly? I nodded. He asked detailed questions about Taeyongho's interior structure, security system, Kim's travel destinations. I explained everything: 18 car configuration, 18 CCTVs, Guard Command Major and Lieutenant Colonel security, Kim's China and Russia visits. The investigator filled pages with notes. Your testimony is extremely valuable information. Thank you for cooperating. He asked about military connections. I mentioned my brother was captain rank operations staff at the 105th Tank Division near Pyongyang. About Guard Command contacts, team leader Park Song-hun, finance director Kong Myung-hun. About witnessing corruption, Kim Chol-sus smuggling, Choi Yong-sus $500,000 embezzlement. About Ri Sol-ju too, how she abused crew members and raged over Swiss chocolate. The investigator smiled. Witnesses who've directly seen the supreme power couple's reality are rare. Last day of investigation, you're confirmed not a spy. Now go to Hanawan for settlement education. I sighed in relief. NIS investigation was respectful and fair, completely unlike North Korean state security. Late July, I entered Hanawan in Ansung, Gyeonggi Province. 12 weeks of Korean society adaptation education, history, economy, law, job preparation. Everything felt foreign initially. Terms like democracy, free market economy, human rights didn't sink in easily. Most shocking was South Korea's economic level. When I learned per capita income was $35,000, I couldn't believe it. North Korea isn't even $1,000. When the teacher said, "You're now citizens of the world's top 10 economy," I cried. I befriended Hanawan cohort members. Kim Mi Sun from Hworyong, North Hamgyong, Park Sun-wei from Hysan, Ryonggang. We talked nightly about defection experiences and North Korean suffering. When I shared Taeyongho stories, friends said, "Amazing, you should write a book." Late October, I graduated Hanawan and settled in a Seoul studio apartment. With government support I secured housing and started job hunting. First worked convenience store part-time. 9,621 hourly, nearly 2 million won monthly. Incredible when North Koreans can't earn $100 working a full year. Now I work as North Korea-China trade assistant at a trading company. My inside knowledge of North Korea helps. Monthly salary 2.5 million won. Unimaginable in North Korea. Over 2 years in South Korea, some things still feel strange. Supermarkets overwhelm me with choices. Walking alone at night safely seems miraculous. No loyalty pledges required. No fear of CCTVs. Unbelievable. Sometimes I think of the two who died at Tumen River. They never saw freedom. I must live hard for their sake too. North Korea was hell, South Korea is heaven. People born here don't know how precious this freedom is. I do. So I live gratefully every day.